Welcome to Tabletops as Video Games, a series where I talk about what it would be like if some of my favorite board games and card games were turned into video games. And I'm not talking about just video game adaptations, like all of the adaptations we have of Uno, Monopoly, Catan, Ticket to Ride. I'm talking about what it would be like if you took the concept and turned it into a real-time video game. So today I'm going to be talking about Downforce, which, if you're not familiar with Downforce, it's a racing betting board game. So it's for 2 to 6 players. The game begins with everyone bidding for starting position, essentially. So the cars are randomly placed in their starting positions for the race, and then one at a time you make bids on them. And then if you win the bid, then you win that car and essentially its starting position. Then the bidding keeps going on until each player has at least one car. Then the race begins, and during the race there are 3 betting opportunities. When the car in the lead passes a betting position on the track, everyone makes a bet on what car is they think is going to win. You don't actually lose any money for the bet. You only gain money if you win the bet. So you can bet on other people's cars, you can bet on your own cars. It doesn't matter. At the end, you'll win money for any cars that you bet on that placed third or higher, and you'll also win money for any cars you own based on their finishing position. And then you add all that up and subtract your initial bid, and then whoever has the most money wins. So it's fairly simple to keep track of all the cash in this game. It's not like Monopoly or something where you have all this physical paper money you gotta keep track of. It's just all done as math on the sheet at the end. But this could work pretty well as a video game. The bidding could just occur as it would normally. Everyone bidding for starting positions, and then they get those cars. And then the race would happen, and you'd have no control over what's happening in the race aside from the abilities that you would get like you do in the board game. And then because it would be happening in real time, the races would be so much shorter that after each race you could have a part where you then modify your car or hire new drivers to try and get an advantage for the next race. And instead of it just being one race, it could be multiple in a row, and then each time you would have an opportunity in between the race to edit your car like you would in a racing game, or hire a new driver. And then each driver would have different stats that could affect how they drive in the race. And that's about it. This is a very simple board game, and it would be a very simple video game too.